Go to that living room, go to that family room, go to that rascala. Tell them to come on and sit down with you because you are watching now. Them is your people.
What do you say? What do you say? It's Mr. Gary, the King of Hospitality. Why am I the King of Hospitality? Let's see. Because you said so. I can take you where you need to be, and I can take you to who you need to see. And right now, we have landed. We are at St. Louis, and we're at the corner of Del Mar and Euclid. Now, for those of you all who may not be familiar, or who probably are saying, now, where is that at? I'm kind of familiar. It's called the entrance to the Central West End, and we are at Conversions. Now, some of you all might be saying, what is Conversions? What does Conversions mean? Well, guess what? I've got the man with the plan on with us today, the proprietor. I guess you could call him the president. You could call him the owner. You could call him whatever you want. Just do some business with him. We have none other than Mr. Kevin Bryant. Hey, Kev. Hello, hello.
Doing, Mr. Gary Boyd?
No, sir. Mr. Gary, the King of Hospitality.
King Gary, Mr. Boyd.
Hey, man, thanks for having us over today. Conversions. First of all, tell us, what does conversions mean?
Conversions is a marketing term, and it simply means to turn a lead into a sale. You convert it.
Oh, my God. Turn a lead into the sale. Mm-hmm. Hey, listen, go to my website, www.themyourpeople.com, and tell us, when was the last time you turned a lead into a sale?
Or go to my website, conversions.us.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And I'll turn that lead into a sale.
Okay, let me ask you this. Sir. On your website, do you give away goodies?
I do.
What do you give away? If they go to your website, I want you to click on right now so you all can understand the king versus the president. Okay? What can they win? If they go to your website right now, what do you have on your website?
You can win a free subscription to my newsletter.
Wow. And I want to know how many of y'all are running to do that. Listen, on my website, I want you to tell us, when was the last time you turned a lead into a sale? And when you're there, go ahead and register, and you can win all types of gifts. We've got goodies, we've got dinner for twos, we've got hotel stays, we've got frisbees, we've got hats. Now what?
Can they win something from me on your website?
Of course they can win something from you. And I can tell you what they'll win from you.
What's that?
They can win an updated resume. They can win business cards. You know why? But then they can really turn a lead into a sale.
Absolutely. I'll even throw in an hour of consulting.
What are you going to consult them about?
Their business, okay. Branding, marketing, solutions.
All right, well, good.
Yeah, that's all for you, Gary.
Well, I appreciate that. No, that's all for your people. Let's get right into it, Kevin. Conversions, what is it all about? Tell me. You see a lot of people. You've been through a lot. You're here in St. Louis. Tell us about your business, how it came to be about, and what's up with you here.
Well, I started Conversions because I had an Anheuser-Busch background. I had a lot of corporate experience, but I didn't want to stay in corporate America. I wanted to create a marketing company that could serve the community without always having to go to one of the majors. So I wanted to be accessible, but at the same time, I didn't want to lose the corporate business because that's who's got the money, but I wanted to be accessible to the smaller businesses that were a lot closer to me.
Okay, stop right there. Let's do a reality check real quick. Kevin made a real good point. He said that corporations had the money. They have the money. But Kevin, the game has changed. I mean, it used to be Anheuser-Busch, Enterprise Rent-A-Car, the lottery. Everybody was branding themselves because the big boys were giving out the money. That's not happening so much anymore.
No, it's not. And I used to be in COSI advertising. Now I'm Conversions global marketing because it's a global economy. So what we have to understand now, and I have this conversation a lot with small business people. Say you have an ice cream and it's your family's recipe and you're excited about getting into the marketplace, where you're not just selling your ice cream to the community you live in anymore. You're competing with the whole world. You're competing with Cold Stone Creamery, Baskin Robbins, and as much as I may love your grandma's butter pecan, my son wants rainbow sherbet. So I have to take him to Cold Stone Creamery. And so that is a reality that we've never had to face before, particularly coming from my community.
Okay.
So you got to understand that if you're going to compete, if you want to win, and you're not just making ice cream for your neighbors, you have to compete on a global level.
Wow, that's it. You got to be in there. It's like Lotto. You got to be in it to win it.
Yes, sir.
You know, I laugh so many times at people who want to check the numbers when they come in on Saturday nights to see who won, or on Wednesday nights, but you didn't play.
Right.
So if you didn't play, why are you checking the numbers? Because you know you didn't win.
That's right.
I tell you what, Kevin, you won some more big accounts than I know of. Nelly, Apple Bottom, tell us about it.
Well, Nelly is one of the first independent jobs I won on my own, and that was just being in the right place at the right time. He was just launching his career, and so he was winning in music, and he wanted to extend over into the world of fashion, extend his influence over. So he created Apple Bottoms, which was a female clothing line, which was, again, a bold, pioneering move, you know, for a young man to decide he wants to make women's jeans. So we basically created the branding campaign for it. We created the logo. We created the model search, and it gave me the opportunity to kind of do some exciting marketing and make money. Right. So for the first time, I was making money and having fun, and Nelly and I careers were parallel. Of course, he was superstar, but for a startup company, he was going platinum with record sales. I was going platinum with flyers. You know what I mean? So it was an awesome opportunity, and I mean, to this day, it was just, I'm just grateful to Nelly for being one of my first big accounts I ever landed.
Okay, so listen, so let's talk about it. So how does it all come together? So here it is. Some people may say you're an advertising firm. Some people may say that you're marketing, right? You say you sit down and you have consultations with people about their business and what their ideas are. So what do you think you are?
Well, it all starts from my core talent, which is graphic design. That's branding, right? So from there, you may come in and you may need a logo. That leads to a brochure, which leads to a website, which leads to a marketing plan, which sounds mysterious, but essentially it's just a strategy.
Okay, so hold on, because this is sounding so good and I want your people to hear you loud and clear. It starts with
a logo.
Meaning that you have got to end up having something that when people see this logo, they recognize it. So let's talk about some of the logos. You say one, I say one. Let's see.
Apple Bottom.
Apple Bottom. Okay. I think that's okay, but Coca-Cola.
Nike.
Pepsi-Cola.
Adidas.
Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Calvin Klein.
Okay. Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Adam's Mark.
Whoa. So that's it. So
or them your people.
Right. That's exactly right.
You
And
know.
you came up with our logo. So you are exactly right. And when people see it, then they know it. So the first thing is you got to end up having a logo, something that people can see, driving by on a billboard, driving in a car, in newspaper and print. When you see it, you know that
At
is
a glance.
At a glance.
If you do it right, at a glance, there's association. So if I write in a ribbon script and it's red, at a glance, you think Coca-Cola. You know, they're embedded into your subconscious. That leads over to the actual branding of a phrase. So if you're really successful at branding a phrase, so if you send your kids to the store to get gelatin, you say, and bring back a box of Jell-O.
Right.
Jell-O is a brand name. He's going to get gelatin, you know, but Jell-O's branding has been so effective.
Yes, sir.
They own that lane. So in an ideal world, you want to create something where you own space in people's psyche.
Okay, because Coca-Cola is the real thing.
Absolutely. And Pepsi was the choice of a new generation.
All right.
Coca-Cola owned soda.
All right.
And so Pepsi wanted to come in and compete, but they could not compete with Coke's brand. So you said, you know what? We're going to create a cooler, hipper product, and it's for a new generation.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, for all you do, this bud's for you.
There it is.
How about that?
There it is.
Okay. So then we go from the next to the website. Is that right?
Brochures, branding,
brochure.
actual material.
Okay.
And those become your salespeople when you're not in the room. So if you leave a brochure, if you leave someone with your business cards, that's their memory of you.
Okay.
Right? So
Got
even
it.
if they don't quite remember the networking party they were at or they met you at a grocery store, when they look at that card, it should grab their attention.
Okay.
If I've done my job correctly.
Okay. And then we go to the website.
Then we go to the website, and that's your global business card.
Okay.
So now people are doing 90% of their vetting of a company online.
Right.
So I was going after a contract one day in Las Vegas, and I heard some clicking in the background, and I was like, what are you doing? He was like, oh, I'm pulling up your website.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So that's where we go to have that first real-time experience without calling you or taking your word for it or checking your references. We are expecting now that whatever you're selling exists also online.
So that's, and when they get there to the website, it needs to have the who, what, when, where, and why.
Who, where, it needs to have something engaging about it where it grabs you and keeps you there long enough for me to convert you. In other words, get the objective out of you that I want to get out of you because you've taken the time to find me online.
Okay. What company is too small for a website these days?
No company. The companies their websites are irrelevant for, to some degree, is business to business companies, because some companies don't need public interaction, So a company like that might be a pharmaceutical supplier to Walgreens. They don't need to advertise. They just need to have that connection with the buyer, the sales rep.
Okay. Let's talk about all of our small businesses for a while. So if I'm a barber, do I really need a website?
Absolutely. A great deal of barbers and salons are now going online, and more so than a website, they need apps. And these apps allow us to book appointments 8 o'clock, 8:15, 9 o'clock, and confirm them without waiting. And I got confirmation of when my appointment was, and I can be flexible. So that sort of booking and content management is moving digital now.
Okay. A lot of people trying to do lawn care companies. Do they need a website?
Sure, absolutely. Lawn care companies the website becomes the let me see your client list. So let me see some beautiful lawns, particularly with landscaping.
Okay.
So if I just bought a house out in Creve Coeur and I got a beautiful spread and I'm looking for someone that's not already a part of that neighborhood association, I want to see your landscaping work. That's a big deal. Now, if you off Greer somewhere, you may not need to see the website of your lawn care service.
Right.
But again, we have to start doing business outside of our neighborhood.
Okay. So listen, so they come in, they talk to you, you put them a package together, right? What's your ultimate goal with small businesses, with large businesses?
For me, my goal is to help you achieve yours.
There you go.
All right. So for some people, their goal might be financial. 90% of the people I see want to increase their bottom line, increase their revenue. But there are some people, like the other half of my background, really my heart is social service, right? So for some people, it's about how do we help more children? How do we help the homeless? So that's not about money at all. But that is about how do I create the outreach materials so that if you're going after new grants or if you want to reach the high school kids and get them to participate in this initiative, I need to make something that's engaging because there's a lot of distractions in the marketplace. What I do is really not unique. I just have my particular talent, and if it fits your objectives, then I'm the guy you hire. But some people like Picasso, some people like Rembrandt.
Okay. So would you consider yourself one of the big guys, one of the big dogs in the game? Are you a little guy looking to get to the big guys? What?
I'm medium.
Medium.
I'm
medium. In the
middle. I'm somewhere beyond small because of the people I've dealt with, but I'm still a boutique agency. There's just 4 of us, right? And that's fine. A lot. You don't need a staff of 20 people to do millions of dollars. But the client list that I deal with are major, and I have dealt with Fortune 500 companies.
Okay. Well, you know your people. They come on the show, they want to brag about they dealt with this, they dealt with that. Your people, we will call you out. First of all,
yes, sir.
Let me tell you what I'm calling you out about. We came over today to set up the podcast, to get everything going, right? And so I said to you, Kevin, listen, we bought you lunch. You already eating lunch, right? I said, Kevin, we got some sodas. We got something for you to drink. Would you like a white soda, a dark soda, or orange soda. What type of soda would you like? Do you remember what you said to me?
I want water.
You said you wanted water. You didn't want anything to drink. You didn't want a soda. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem. No problem at all. Water's healthy. Water's good. And you said you had a healthy lunch. Is that correct,
Yes, sir.
About 5 minutes later, there was a beautiful young lady who walked in the office, right? And she had something in her hand.
Yes.
Do you know what it was?
Yes.
What was
It's
it?
a protein shake from Smoothie King.
Wow. So now all of a sudden, you wanted something to drink other than
And
water.
for lunch, I had metabolic meals locally owned.
Okay, sir. All I'm asking you is, what's wrong with your people? We not good enough to bring you something to drink other than water.
You could have brought me something from Smoothie King.
Shameless plugs will not work here with you, sir.
They're not
All
a client.
Oh my God, Kevin, tell us this. So I want you to speak directly to the listeners and say, if you want, I'll say one thing, you say another, and we're going to identify 5 things that you can provide for them. Okay.
Okay.
If you want business cards,
Yes.
come see you.
Yes.
Come see your people.
Yes.
Your turn.
Brochures.
Okay.
Website. Marketing plan.
Okay. Resume. Come see your people.
Not for real.
No, you don't like to do the resumes?
No.
Tell me why not.
That's high tech copy all day. That's a desktop publisher's job. We try and do more of branding packages, marketing, something more substantial. That a resume is not necessarily creative. In my field, my resume is creative.
Right.
But the average person that needs a resume, they really need a writer and a desktop publisher, and that's not what we do.
Okay. So listen, your people, y'all heard them. So for all you all who said, listen, I've been listening to the podcast. Everything is sounding good. And I cannot wait to go talk to Mr. Kevin Bryant over at Conversions to get my resume taken care of. Y'all just heard the man. Don't come calling him. Don't knock on the door. He's not taking no resume clients. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Kevin, tell everyone how they can get in contact with you.
314-361-3984.
Wait a minute, hold on just one second, sir. Didn't you just sit here and tell us how important it was to have a website?
Or through my website at conversions.us.
All right.
Okay, I was going to spell it, but
Well, no, why don't you know your people?
CONVRSIONS.
Conversions.
Yes.
Right.
Conversions with an S.
And your address.
4901 Delmar Boulevard. Call first.
You know your people. Your people will show up, ain't got an
And
appointment.
think they have an appointment.
And think they
Stop what you doing.
How do they show up and think they have an appointment? Ain't talked to you, ain't said nothing.
You know, every single person in this world is the most important person in this world to themselves.
All right, you all heard Kevin Bryant, the president, the CEO of Conversions. Great guy. He's on the move. He's somebody that you would like to do business with. He gets it. And he's from U City. For those of you all who don't know, University City is a suburb in St. Louis. What'd you say, Kevin?
U-time.
U-time. That's it. Okay, Kevin, this is where we have fun. Not saying that what you talked about wasn't fun. It was a lot of fun. Very informative. But this is where we go to have fun. Welcome back to the people. Hey, how was your week? What'd you do? What made you happy? What made you sad? Let's just go ahead and deal with it. Get it out there for all of the haters for the Super Bowl. Kevin.
Yes. I had all those emotions. Had one event.
Wow.
And I'm not even a football fan.
Wow, Kevin. Everybody thought that the little young gun was going to come in and do his thing. Come on.
Defense wins games.
Oh, my God.
They shut it.
Oh, my God.
You know, heart goes out, but you know, you're young. Your time will come.
Okay, so what do you say to all of the people who said that, you know, they cheated? Oh, they didn't cover the quarterback. They didn't want him to win. What do you say about that?
We'll never know.
Right.
What we do know,
Right.
you lost.
Wow. Are you saying sprinkles are for winners?
Yes. Yes. Everybody's got a story.
Oh,
you
my
know?
God. I mean,
good luck proving it.
Yeah. So the other part that came out of that, everybody thought that Cam was a sore loser. What do you think? Did he walk around with a big L on his?
Well, he's young. He's a human being. He's full of testosterone. He has, you know, some people are emotional,
Yeah.
and they handle things differently. Everybody's not always a diplomat.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen that in traffic and in grocery stores.
Yeah, but Kevin, at what point do we hold people accountable? I mean, because we can say that, you know,
when they're your children.
okay, well, here's what I think. I think that when we point things out to people to do better than they can. Now, Cam, to whom much is given, much is required. Okay, so Kevin, this is what I'm saying to you. Okay, to whom much is given, much is required. And I'm sorry. To me, you don't get a pass when you're making millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. The real thing, the paper, the money, right? You got to look at the young people. Look at the kids, right? So you're sitting up there like a sore loser. You done put your little hoodie on, and you don't want to talk to the press. And regardless of if, because some people say, well, you know, over right next to them was the other team who won, and they had a representative from their team. So what? Who cares? You still have a face that you need to put on, in my opinion. Go onto our website at www.themyourpeople.com. Tell me what you think about it. You know, do you miss when things are not going your way? Do you shut down and act like a baby? Or do you step up to the plate and say, hey, guess what? Congratulations, you won. Good job. Because it wasn't like they won by 1 point.
Well, and in a perfect world, you know, you're correct. And that's why the NFL has put policies in place where you have to attend a press conference, win or lose, you know, and give a statement. And to that degree, that's why that policy is in place, to kind of nip the sore loser stuff in the bud. All I'm saying is, I also know people, you know, and people are people. And there's no amount of money in the world, if you got that salt in you, it's going to prevent that from coming out. It's just not going to happen. But when you grow up your young people and you teach them, you know, hey, win or lose, you need, you know, the fans still want to hear from you. And, you know, and matter of fact, you're paid to be at that press conference. Yeah, you can expect more, but it just doesn't make it transformative. It's not a transformative reality.
Well, I am going to go and agree with Brandy from 1989. Almost doesn't count, Kevin. Period.
And 2 is not a winner, and 3 nobody remember.
Oh, my God. Well, it takes 2 to make a thing go right. You had 2 quarterbacks, and 1 showed that he was out of sight. Okay? Okay. Now, Kevin, here's the next big talk, the big water cooler Monday. Beyonce. Everybody was talking about the halftime performance. So, first Coldplay, what'd you think?
Great.
Okay. Bruno Mars, what'd you think?
Awesome.
Beyonce, what'd you think?
I can't love her any harder.
Oh my God. Wow. Really? Really? Okay, so check it out, Kevin. Everyone is saying that her halftime performance had a message to it. You familiar with what they're saying?
Sure.
What are they saying?
Well, I'll refer to the video. And the video speaks from everything from police brutality to Hurricane Katrina. So it's really a powerful video. And the halftime show was kind of her PG version of that, you know. And again, you know, most music, if it has any legs, has a meaning or a message in it. And, you know, the message was wonderful to me. You know, again, for people who are upset about it, you know, they're really looking for a reason to be upset about anything, you know, because, I mean, for it to be considered even a protest song is ridiculous in a stretch. You must have never heard a Nina Simone song, or you've never heard some of the songs that came out of the 60s that were true protest songs. This was a beautiful pop star dancing around in her drawers. So if you upset and that offends you because all of a sudden you think the Black Panthers have showed up, then you really got some internal issues.
Yeah, but let's look at it from the other side, and let me ask you this. Do you think if someone is paying you the type of money that they are, if you think that the Super Bowl has evolved the way that it has, from young people, old people, black people, white people, Chinese, Korean, and you see all the love and all the peace signs going on, do you think that a person who is, and the key word here is hired, Hired, a person that's hired to perform, do you think that that is the opportunity that they should take to do that right there, or should they do that on their own dime?
Well, an artist has a right to express themselves. That's why you deal with that artist. You understand? So if you want to start putting clear messages in an artist contract that you can't make political statements in your song, okay, then that's fine. That's what you signed up for. But you can't do it after the fact and protest and have all these issues because the national anthem is a political song.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And we sing that at every game.
Okay. So I'm with you. If that's how you want to feel, if that's where you want to go down this trail. So what you're telling me is this, that if, say, John Doe artist all of a sudden got the opportunity to come on to the Super Bowl and perform, if he has a passion and a love for getting this message out, he should be able to do that.
Sure.
So when the KKK comes out at halftime to perform, because John Doe loves the KKK, he loves what they stand for. When we see everybody marching out with the white sheets, then guess what? We should just go on with the rhythm, and we should go with it. Is that what
you saw?
Well,
is that an unfair comparison?
All I'm simply saying
That's
to you
ridiculous.
is if you sit here and say to me,
but if Blake Shelton comes out and he does one of my favorite songs, Redneck, chew the back of spit, I love it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but we're talking about the KKK. We're talking about John
Beyonce didn't do a KKK
She did the Black
performance.
Panthers.
The Black Panthers is not KKK.
Okay,
do you know what the Black Panthers stood for?
Listen, sir. You got some people.
Breakfast for Children.
Okay.
Ending police brutality.
Sir, but you got some people who don't look at it that way.
Well, they
look at this as a radical shakeup.
We got some people who fall emotionally in love with their pickup truck.
Okay.
But that has nothing to do with reality. So we know what Beyonce did. We know what she was saying, and that's, if you ever been a part of any kind of community movement, that's Sesame Street.
Okay.
That's nothing.
Well, guess what? Go to our website and tell me if you agree or disagree. Because if we say that it should be all about freedom and everybody should express themselves however they want to, then when they really start expressing themselves, then what you gonna do?
Then we can have real conversations. Because now I see you.
Kevin, okay, the next thing that's going on right now, we're talking about the Academy Awards.
Yes, sir.
Right now.
Yes, sir.
This week coming up.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Academy Awards. First of all, they took the big picture, and there was only one African American in the picture.
Okay.
Now, this big picture is all the people who are nominated for the Academy Awards, also known as the Oscars. What's your thoughts?
Well, first of all, as a big fan of the arts themselves and movies, and I could watch an all-white movie, I could watch an all-black movie. I just love a good story, right? Now, the fact that we are snubbed is more of a reality of where we are. You know what I'm saying? And the people who make up those who vote. And then the other side of it is, as a minority, as a group of people who no longer need the bigger machine to distribute, Lord knows to create, we also don't need their approval. There are a billion of us on this planet, and we can be our own friend. We can have our own awards and our own accolades for each other. We don't have to always run to those who don't want to validate us for validation. If they choose not to, awesome. But guess what's coming up? The Trumpet Awards, the NAACP, the Urban League. We have our own awards.
Okay,
the BET.
well, let's talk about the Trumpet Awards, BET Awards, NAACP, none of which show on mainstream.
Again, you're right back going to the machine for approval. They do show. If they just showed on YouTube, that's where we are, and that's our reality check.
Okay, so we should stay in our place.
No, our place is all over the place.
Okay. Yeah. But we just can't be on ABC and CBS and NBC.
If we are not, then we're not getting ready to cry, hold arms, and sing Kumbaya or walk down the street protesting. You know what I mean? Like the Super Bowl.
So what do you say to Jada Pinkett right now? Speak to Jada.
Jada Pinkett, that's her move. That's her movement. She is an artist. She is that's her way of protesting. I'm going to have a way of protesting that's different than Jada Pinkett's.
Okay.
But Jada Pinkett is an actress, and she has influence, and she's a part of that machine.
Okay.
So she is one of the best voices to speak out and protest, but it may not be the way I protest.
Okay. So do you think that there is a lack of diversity on mainstream television?
Always has been.
And at the movies?
Always has been.
Okay, so let's do this real quick. I need you, because we're going to represent today.
Okay.
We're going to represent for the Oscars.
I'm with you.
I need you to give me we're going to have three performers that are of color that are just sensational. So we can come up with these three together. I can do one, you can do one, and then we'll have another one together. So who's your first one?
What category?
Whatever category. We've got 3. So it could be drama, it could be comedy, whatever.
Let's do acting. Let's start off with someone easy, and we'll throw out Denzel. He's universal. He's
Okay, well,
awesome.
let's do females first. Let's do actresses.
Angela Bassett.
Wow. You came out here
I went
hard.
there. Big guns.
Wow. Look
Big
at you.
guns. I could have started back, but I
Okay.
say I'm going to do current.
Okay. But you know what? I think the biggest disappointment for me as an Angela Bassett fan is Tina Turner, What's Love Got to Do With It? I mean, that year she was on. I mean, What's Love Got to Do With It did not get nominated for anything. And it was just a shame because the movie was so good.
Yeah.
I mean, she took an ass kicking like nobody has
Absolutely.
ever taken one
Absolutely.
before. Did you see how Ike beat her in the back of that?
Absolutely. And usually that's when we get the nomination. If you're a slave or a prostitute,
God.
you know what I mean? You're nominated.
Oh my God, she was just so good.
Yeah.
Oh my God. He said, Anime, you got 5 minutes to get your ass out on stage. And she ran with grace and dignity.
Yes, she should have ate that cake, though.
Right, eat the cake, Anime. Eat the cake. Okay, all right. I like that. I like where you really started. But you know what? I got to go, right? And I got to give you Whoopi Goldberg.
Okay.
Whoopi, from
Okay.
Ghost, to everything.
I'm not mad at Whoopi.
From comedy to drama, and guess what? Another one that got outlooked, right? Color Purple. Color Purple did not get nominated for anything at all. And Whoopi Goldberg.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know, I'll throw Jada Pinkett out there since we've already mentioned her. I think she's a phenomenal actress. I mean, we've known her since she was a teenager, since she was fresh out of performing arts school.
So
with
you
Tupac.
I told you we had 3.
Uh-huh.
So that's your third one. That's the third person.
Okay.
You would put her ahead of Halle Berry?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Halle Berry's fun to look at, but she's no riveting actress.
Man, you just going back to her TV days, a different world.
Halle Berry's cool.
You talking about a different world for Jada Pinkett.
She's cool. I love Halle Berry. She just be in the room.
Let me tell you something.
But she's not.
Halle Berry had one of the best movies that was ever made in your entire life.
What, Monsters Ball?
No, it was not Monsters Ball. It was a movie where they went and they were going out of town to get a beauty shop going. It was her. You know what movie was what I'm talking about?
Please don't say what I think you said.
Oh my God, what is it? Tell us.
The little ghetto one?
Look at you. See,
Is that what you're talking about?
See, everybody listen.
I got one word for you.
No, hold on, sir. I want y'all to know
Catwoman.
Okay, let me say something
She
to you.
destroyed the franchise.
Let me tell you something. See, this is why the black people can't get ahead and get nominated,
Woo
right?
that, woo,
How
woo.
dare you sit here and say the little ghetto movie? What movie
That's
am I
what it
talking
was.
about? It was not just a ghetto movie.
Who you thought that was
deep.
marketing that movie to? You think there was marketing in that movie to the people in Boston?
Sorry. Put it this way. If you have not gone to see the movie yet, the movie was sensational. What's the name of it?
I have no idea. I used that Will Smith flashy thing so I can forget.
Wow.
I wanted to unsee that movie so hard.
Oh my God. The movie was wonderful and sensational, right? Halle Berry has really spoken out about her agreeing that there's not enough black parts. But then she goes back to say that with all the money that African Americans that is diverse in Hollywood, that we need to make our own movies. What do you think?
Yeah, that's always been a movie. I mean, that's when people respect you. And that's one of the things I like about Ice Cube, particularly since, Straight Outta Compton didn't get a nod, was that, he's not making it to be awarded and patted on the back. He made it because it needed to be made. And SNL did a fantastic skit. If you haven't seen it, it was hilarious about the lack of nominations. And that's the reality. And it's only when we get caught up trying to overanalyze and rationalize with those decisions that we kind of talk ourselves out of reality. But it is what it is, and those snubs are very intentional, and I'm not saying they're malicious. The people that make up that board may absolutely detest hip hop, and I don't have any problem with it. But I'm not waiting on anyone who's a part of those boards to lead me out of the wilderness or to create art that moves me, because we have different experiences.
Let's talk about the actors. Give me your first one.
Someone I don't think gets enough credibility for his acting prowess is Lawrence Fishburne. He's one of my favorite actors.
You want to go back to anime?
I mean, we can go back to Othello.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's phenomenal.
Okay,
He's been acting since he was 14. Cornbread Earl in me.
Okay,
He can do drama. He can do comedy. He has such a masculine presence on screen that he doesn't have to act tough.
Okay.
Like you see a lot of these acting school actors, they spend so much time trying to be hard that they lose the character. I saw a director one day said he was struggling with an actor to deliver a line that was in the script, and he was saying, why can't you nail this line? And the actor said, I don't know, this just doesn't sound like something I say. And he says, exactly, you're not saying it.
Right.
The character is saying it.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
So Lawrence is one of those people who, again, flies under the radar, but is a phenomenal, classically trained.
Okay. Denzel Washington.
Absolutely.
Oh, my God. They did a big ceremony where they honored him for all of his works.
Yeah.
And he has been out there on the forefront.
Yeah.
And I think that's real interesting that you should say that parable before, because he does when he plays a role.
Yeah, and I couldn't say it fast enough. Denzel is a phenomenal human being. So just like we were saying, Holly's way of protesting is different than Denzel. Denzel contributes a lot of money to community activities, but he's not on the forefront of protests. You see what I'm saying? He said, my contribution to my culture is to always portray characters with dignity, right? So that's my contribution. So for me, I can best help the general through the specifics. So I'm getting all this money. I'm portraying this character on screen that people need to see, and then I'm taking these millions that I'm making from that success, and I'm putting it back into the community where it's beneficial.
Our third person, Ice Cube.
Man, hats off.
All right.
Here's a person who's been influencing me since I was 15, and we've watched him grow up.
Yeah.
We watched him go from being the most dangerous artist in America to essentially Bill Cosby.
That's right.
He's
That's
making
right.
family films now. His son is acting.
Yeah.
He's winning. They're good. And it's not just we're supporting him because we're fond of him. He is good.
Right.
And we watched him grow up.
He is good. And when you go all the way back to Friday.
Absolutely.
I mean, even though a person may say that was crazy, that was whack, but you know what? He made you believe in your neighborhood. And so many people came from the neighborhood, from the hood that he represented. This whole new, the Ride Along franchise. How wonderful is that barbershop? I mean, he
from
really,
the first time we saw him. Boys in the hood. Ice Cube ain't never shot nobody.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But he portrayed his character so well. We believed that was him.
That's right.
But it wasn't him. He was acting.
That's right. And that's what it is. Hey, listen, go onto the website. Tell us who your favorite actor is. Tell us who your favorite actress is. Tell us who doesn't get their just desserts. I'm interested to see this, hear the playback on this so that we can give you all some shouts out on you all saying who you think it is. We can have a discussion on it. As we look to round table and round it up, Kevin, we go to our next segment, which was the reason for us being with you at Conversions today. The question is your business in order? And just like it sounded, that's how it is. Is your business in order? Think about that. Where do you think we're going with this? Well, I can tell you where we're going with it. We're getting right down to the nitty gritty. Is your business in order? If your business is about being business, and if your business is about going to your job every day, right? Is your business in order with your job? Kevin, is your business in order?
Very much so, sir.
Oh, my God. So we got a lot of people that's out there, man, who complain about their job. They don't want to get up. And I think that's the difference between a job and a career. A job is something that you go to because you got to pay the bills, and here we go again. A career is something that you get up to and you're excited because when you get up to go every day, something good can be done. So is your business in order? So the first thing we got to ask ourselves is, in order for your business to be in order, on your job, you got to be on time. Huh, Kevin?
Yes, sir.
What's up with the people? I don't want to be on time, Kevin.
I couldn't tell you. I love working. I love what I do. Maybe they hate what they're doing.
I know this lady who is a friend of a friend of a friend. And I'm making sure I distance myself far away from, so that this lady, if she's listening, she don't know I'm talking about her. But she's late for work every single day. Every day. And they fired her. She didn't make her 90 days. Why do you think they fired her?
She, late, tardy.
Man, she had, and to tell you what happened, and this is every job she ever has, and she had people on the time clock clocking her in, every day. I mean, she was like, and I'm not talking about like 5 minutes late. I'm saying this lady was late a half hour, 45 minutes, and just walking on up in her job, and she didn't went to seek the people out.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe it's the alarm clock or their phone's not working? What is it?
Les Brown said most people do just enough to not get fired.
Okay.
Most of us aren't waking up every day with any sense of ownership or empowerment to the point where we say, I need to go in at this job and I need to win. I want to help this company win. We're just not invested like that.
Okay.
We really just need to get that check.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So, Kevin, this is what I want to have happen. Everybody who has a friend, and your friend is late. Everybody who has a coworker, and your coworker is late, right? Maybe you can't say anything to them because you're too close to the situation. So this is what we're going to do today. I'm going to invite you to invite them to listen to the podcast. Okay. If they listen to this podcast today, I want your people to know I'm calling you all out, right? Stop staying up late to 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning, knowing you got to be at work at 8 o'clock, right? Stop drinking, stop smoking them trees, knowing you got to be at work. You know damn well you got to drop the kids off at daycare and they got to be there at 7:30 so you can be at work at 8. What you doing leaving home at 8 o'clock? The kids late? It's messing it all up, right? So this shout out is to all your people who are not doing what they need to do to be on time. Listen, keep doing it. And then you know what happens, Kevin?
What's that?
It's time for the review. It's time for that review. What do they do at the review, Kevin? Tell us what they do.
They look at your track record.
And what did they say?
You're fired.
Okay, so let's do a little role play. Here. Okay, so Kevin, you are in HR. All right, so what do you say?
Well, after reviewing somebody who's late every day?
Yeah, talk to me. I'm the person coming in.
Mr. Gary, I'm looking at your track record, and you.
Well, first of all, before you go any further, that's right. I love track. Oh my God, I've been running track. I've been running track for so long.
Where are we going?
And thank you so much. So when you looked at my track record,
we seem to have a problem. You're consistently late every day.
Well, hold up a minute. I'm consistent, and I think that's what's most important. You can depend on me to be late. Okay. And so therefore, since you know I'm late, if you need me to stop and bring some donuts in or bring in lunch, I can do that.
Let me explain to you how this works.
Okay.
All right. When you're having people clock in and you're not here.
Somebody clocking in for me?
Yeah. That's stealing.
You know what?
Mary Bell.
Okay, let me tell you this. Whoever said they clocking in for me, I want you to bring them before me. Bring my accusers before me.
Let's do it.
I ain't having nobody.
Better than that, we gonna show you the tape. Of them clocking in.
Not the tape. Roll the tape.
We gonna roll security tape.
Oh,
right before we roll you out of here.
So are you saying that we need to stop calling on people to be a part of our craziness?
Don't do that. Don't. If
they lying, I'm lying.
Don't get an accomplice in your crime. If you steal a car, don't come pick me up.
Right.
Don't have me riding around. Right. Now we both going to jail.
Right. Okay, so we know that when it comes time for you to have your yearly review, don't get mad when you ain't getting the raise.
No.
Talking about I'm here every day. Yeah, you are here every day, but you late.
Yes.
So you're not here every day like you're supposed to be.
Yes.
Okay, so now our next thing is being a player. Are you a team player? Are you handling your business? Are you doing the work that you're supposed to do while you at work? Now, here's another shout out, Kevin, because I got so many people. I got people who have people that they don't understand the people. If you go to work and you on somebody's clock, you know what your hours are. You know what money you expecting. Kevin, why do people think they can go to their job and talk on the phone all day?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I know my brother-in-law was a supervisor at the post office, and he would watch his employees call off sick during a Cardinals game,
Right.
but use the employee garage to park their car so they wouldn't have to pay downtown, and then would get mad
Wow.
when he would reprimand them.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I
Wow.
don't know what goes through the minds of people who operate like that.
Well,
It's just
but what about
foreign
when
to
they
me.
say, but you know what, you don't see me talking on my phone, but they got their earplug in. And it's-
Or they on Facebook.
Oh, they on Facebook.
Or they on Gossip. They on TMZ. You know, they're doing everything
Wow.
but working.
Right.
You know
right.
what I'm saying? And it's, you know, it's darn near uniquely a first world country reality. You know what I mean? That we have a sense of entitlement, you know, and it makes us feel like this isn't stealing and this isn't hurting anyone. This is my time and my space.
Oh.
And unfortunately, that's just not how it works long term.
Man, I was at the drive-through and I had somebody tell me, "Can you hold on 1 minute, please?" I'm like, "What I'm holding on for?" And they was on the phone making their plans for, girl, I told you I get off work in an hour.
All day.
What the heck?
All day.
Oh my God, all day long, right? And so somehow the people just don't get it. But then if you want to pay them based upon what they earned, what they worked for, right? Now they mad.
Right.
I was here though, but you was on the phone, but I was still here.
Absolutely.
What do you say to your people?
Well, I'll give you an example. I had an employee who wanted to make more money. I brought him in from college, and I think he started out at like $9 an hour, and he was about at $12 when we had the conversation that he needed to make more. His exact words was, "I feel I should be making what you make." So I said, okay, well, I'm going to put you at $15 an hour. Alakazam, $15 an hour, but you have to use a time clock now. You have to clock in, clock out, and I'm docking you every time I catch you on Facebook, right? He was making less money than when he started at $9 an hour because his actual work output was nowhere near 40 hours a week.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
it was closer to around 25.
Right.
So it was at that point where he had to have a reality check, you know, that, wow, I'm really not very productive. And I'm like,
Right.
yeah, that's why you weren't at $15 to begin with.
So, Kevin, I think that what we're saying is the reality is when you're on someone's clock, when you're doing a job, right? Do the job. Do what you're being paid
what the
to
Bible
end up
says.
doing. Yeah. Let the people know, hey, listen, I work.
Yeah.
Now, maybe your job, they let you do this, right? But my job, don't do it.
Right.
And then if someone else is at home, you know good and well they on their job. Why are you calling them? What you calling them for? They at work.
Absolutely.
Nothing wrong with that person's gonna call you on the break, lunchtime, then we gonna call, I'll check in with you.
Right.
But for you to be on your job and it's 1 hour, 2 hours,
Right.
3 hours, 4 hours,
Right.
all day.
Right.
Well, first of all, that's wrong. But second of all, not what y'all gonna talk about when they get home. What they got to talk about? Yeah,
That's right.
ain't talked about all day on the phone.
Yeah.
So, we need to have a reality check. The next thing is your attitude, Kevin. Okay, so we saying, is your business in order? Is your attitude in order? Okay, it's not my attitude, right, that's going to get me where I'm going to go. It's
Right.
the whole package, and my attitude is part of that, right?
Right.
What do you say?
Well, your attitude determines your aptitude.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you are somewhere feeling like somebody owes you something or you're entitled to something, then of course, that's why your opportunities at that place are usually limited. I remember I was a teenager, I was working at Central Hardware. It's not around anymore.
Was that the one up on page?
It was.
Everybody can use city work. Right.
I was a porter pushing the buggies.
Okay.
And so one of the things that we learned very quickly in orientation, as a matter of fact, was that they accounted for $1.5 million a year in what's called shrinkage, which is employee theft. And that comes from a particular attitude of entitlement from employees. Well, I'm not making a lot of money and they ain't gonna miss this hammer. It's 12 more hammers. and then there go a hammer, and there go a saw, and there go this, there go that, and it's just that's that attitude of entitlement, And larger corporations not only have to deal with it, they have to factor it into their bottom line, and that contributes a great deal to how much in the U.S. you're able to pay employees because you have to deal with that U.S. attitude.
Wow. So it's not my aptitude, but it's my attitude that determines my altitude. Is that right?
Your attitude determines your aptitude. How you feel about this situation and where you work determines how high you can go.
How high you can go. I want to give a shout out to Miss Berdina Willis from University City High School. That was her saying, it's not your aptitude, but it's your attitude that determines your altitude. Kevin Bryant, again, here at Conversions, located in St. Louis, Missouri, on the corner of Euclid and Delmore. Kevin, give me your website again.
www.conversions.us.
All right. Kevin's a good guy. What do you say? Mr. Gary, we got our last topic for today, and I want you to know we are here. We are still on Is Your Business in Order? And so our last carousel is your business in order dealing with your life. Now, a lot of people might laugh at that. A lot of people think that's funny. But I am so tired of people who cannot afford to die. Now, what does that mean? When you say someone cannot afford to die, that means that if they died today, they don't even have insurance to bury themselves. So the question right now is your business in order? I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the entrepreneur. I'm talking to the person who's worked at their job for 30 years. I'm talking about everyone who has children, grandchildren, the mom, the dad, the brother, the sister, the friend, the community leader. Is your business in order? There is nothing worse than when someone dies and people have to call around and take up a collection to bury them. Well, it goes like this. Hey, listen, did you know John died? No, I didn't know he died. John was such a good guy. John helped out everyone. Okay. Did John have insurance? No, he didn't. So we're calling you because we need some help burying John. Huh? Not John. Flashy John. John with the Cadillac. John with the Lincoln. John with the rings on every finger, right? John, who been working over there at that corporation for the last 30 years, John did not have insurance. You know why? Because John did not have his business in order. We have got to stop acting like we are afraid to have the hard conversations with people. So what you need to do is pull everybody together. If you're the person in the family that you know that they're going to come to for the money, then go to the people and say, hey, listen, do you have insurance? I'm just trying to figure it out because when you die, I know that your children going to call me. I know that your husband's going to call me. Your friend's going to call me. Maybe I might be the one to have to make the phone calls. So is your business in order? So that's just not saying, can you bury yourself? That's saying, is your insurance policy enough? Do you have a will? Do people know what is supposed to happen with your belongings? I cannot tell you how many times I've seen it happen. People die, and all of a sudden everybody's coming into the house, and when they're coming into the house, they're getting everything. They're getting the towels that haven't been used. They're getting the bed linen that hasn't been used. They're getting the rings, the jewelry. You know why? Because your business is not in order. Take time to make time. Take care of your business. When you sit down, just simple write it out and have it notarized. Hey, this is who I want to have my jewelry. Hey, this is who I want to have my car. This is who I want to have my house. This is who I want to have my clothes. Make it a special time because someone may want something from you that means a lot. So like say for instance, if you went someplace and you were able to go shopping and you were with your best friend that day, they'll remember when you got that picture frame that meant so much. Or they may remember when you got a place setting, China, something like that. Be able to give stuff to people that you know will appreciate it and respect it and will be able to live and let it live with you. People don't die when we stop remembering them and celebrating. They die when we don't do any of those things, right? So if you just stop thinking about a person, stop talking about a person, that's when they die. My plight to you is make sure your business is in order. Make sure you have an insurance policy to bury yourself. Make sure you have a will, and make sure people know what you wanted them to have. And the last thing, make sure you know what your funeral is going to be like. If you know good and well that you don't want a funeral, you want to be cremated, let the people know. If you know good and well that you don't want to go over to the janky funeral home, don't let them know, don't take me over there, right? But also, if you don't go to church, stop having these people call up trying to find a church for you. You ain't been to church, they ain't been to church. So why you trying to call a church? You know they like being over at the liquor store, they like being on the boat. Take them over to the boat. Take them over to the liquor store. That's where they love to end up being. I'm just saying. Have your obituary in order and stop listing where everybody else came from for the funeral. Make sure that you list what's important about the person. Hey, it's Mr. Gary. What do you say? What do you say? We want you all to know we love our people. Remember our television show, Them Your People. We come on ABC 30 on Sunday nights. Check us out. You can go to our YouTube at any time and get any of our back shows. We're the only reality show starring you and your people. When you show up, when we show up, we expect you to show out, and the people never disappoint. The show is the only reality show starring you and your people. We're just having fun. We're just finding our way, getting it in, and it's because of you all. Can't thank you all enough. So the podcast, we appreciate you all. You all are tuning in big numbers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Want you all to tune in to the television show itself. Go to our website. Always know that we have so much stuff that we give away for our commercials that we give away for the contest. So you go onto our contest page, tell us what contest you would like to register for, and I guarantee that you'll win. What do you say? What do you say? It's Mr. Gary. Happy Podcast Day to you, okay? Ha 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 ha. Okay.